which is a false identification. Don't imagine that your happiness is in any worldly event, or in any relationship, or in any situation. Your happiness is in waking up to what you truly are, which is free from relationship, free from worldly events. Otherwise, we are talking about the happiness of a dream character, and I can't help you there. So continue to explore and contemplate the consciousness that hears these words. It's right here, right now. The aware presence that you are. Come to that. It's there. It's what's real. When you confuse the imaginary to be real, it's like in a dream, you're really in trouble running away from the tiger that's chasing you. And you feed that. You feed that, meaning when you listen to this message in satsang and you ignore the message. You have to live this message. And you know this message because you are here. You called this. You asked for this. So don't ignore the treasures that are handed to you. It looks like you're good to go.
You opened by talking about gratitude. I don't remember exactly what you said, if you were grateful for this space or for being here, whatever.
Thank you for reminding me. I had forgotten that I said that because I actually I woke up this morning and had a lot of gratitude for my friend and teacher Francis Lucille, and so thank you for inviting me to recollect that again right now. Go ahead.
I'm very interested in understanding how gratitude plays into what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I feel this compulsion almost for gratitude.
Yeah, that's a beautiful compulsion. Gratitude is so lovely. Gratitude is such, there's such a humility in gratitude, and an openness and a recognition of all what's available to us in our interconnectedness, and not just my, I climbed Mount Everest, look how great I am. No, gratitude is recognizing all what it takes, all what it took for you to just be, be here in this presence, for you to be wherever you are, to be dreaming this dream, especially at this point in your dream where you are in satsang. Gratitude to all the entire space. But gratitude arises naturally when we sort of move away from the me, the I, the me thing, the me identification. Recognize all what's been made available to us to enjoy what we're enjoying now, what efforts that our parents have done, their intentions, whichever way they played themselves, For years I had all these issues with, my mother and how she wanted me to be this way and that way, and I wanted it to be different. And then I realized that it was all in its proper place. Everything was just in its proper place for us to be here right now. So you recognize that. You recognize that everything, that even the things that you felt were like, oh, so awful, relationships that you have been that were awful, or whatever experiences that you had that were not at the time perceived as being happy or being really good for you, how they contribute to you being here right now. So it's a not knowing, it's in a way like a surrendering of the mind. There is gratitude as the mind surrenders. Remember, like in the Zen tradition, they have these bows, to bowing. And it's like, why all this bowing? Well, just to express your gratitude to the Buddha and the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas and all of that. Well, anyways, just okay, I see. Even this physical, bending down, but I'm not advocating that.
If we could go back to that for a second, that's where my hang-up is. I mean, part of my feeling of gratitude is that I need to act on that, again with the actions.
Oh,
by prayer,
yeah.
For me, prayer just seems to come naturally as
Beautiful.
a form of gratitude.
If it comes naturally, then go for it. If a prayer and a thank you, is coming naturally to you and is inviting you to, is warming your heart and making your heart happy and lovely, that's very nice. I mean, as long as you don't have any end goal in that, personal end goal in that, then it's beautiful. That's your way of expressing, your interconnection, your love, your recognition of your interconnectedness with the entire space. Some other people express it in they dance, they play music, whatever, but as long as you don't have like a personal gain in it, because the personal gain then will go back to the separate self, impression, and as long as it's not repetitive, it's not a practice. What do you say? Repetition, habitual practice. So, habitual practice will be something you do every day between 10 and 12, But if you have prayers of gratitude whenever your heart, speaks to you, beautiful. It could be once a week, once a month, once a year. I used to sit every day in meditation for hours. Now I don't sit at all. But the quality of the love, the love is there. The not the personal love, the beauty, the presence, the joy, the peace. But if you find yourself drawn and called from that other dimension, not from the mind, to a prayer, then you have no choice but to respond. But it has to be not coming from a me. not coming from I and another, I and this, I and that, I and my practice, I and not coming from that. It's coming from the love, from the heart, from the openness, from the beauty, from the peace. Which we bathe in the peace and the happiness. We're made of that. So of course it comes up, it bubbles up to the surface. It goes, yeah, I love you. You know, but it's coming from that, from there's great beauty in that. It feels very happy, it feels warm, loving, whatever adjectives, but all good adjectives. But not a doing that's coming from a doer. That's feeding the I am this person. I am this spiritual person. Or I need to do that in order to. So it's got to be a payoff. I need to do that in order to. It's like saying, I was saying before earlier, I forgot about the happiness tomorrow. You know, I need my happiness. What are we talking about? No, happiness is not tomorrow. Don't buy that. Don't buy into that with your conditioning. And in a way, like when we get upset at somebody, we are pursuing happiness. But the way we're pursuing happiness is by supposedly getting rid of what we're feeling. We're actually not getting rid of what we're feeling because we're exacerbating what's going on. But even when we act out, when we have emotions, we're pursuing happiness. But there are two things. First, it doesn't work. Secondly, you're postponing happiness. Whatever you do to pursue happiness is happiness in time, happiness tomorrow. A lot of people who do the blame game, for example, you know, in order to, it's become a pattern to sort of dull out what I'm feeling right now, and there is a subtle belief that's what's going to make me happy, will make me happy. So it's never, when you're in an emotional state, you're never in the stillness. You're never in the peace and the happiness. You are in the me, in the I in time, the me and my happiness in time and space. Okay, it's a muscular, reflex. Reflex. It's a habit. It's a habit, but these habits can change. And the most effective way to change these habits is not so much by psychoanalyzing yourself, but to just to notice, go to the presence that is eternally available, and be in that presence. Be the presence you are, which that you are. Be the presence that you are. It's so silly to say that, but you understand what I mean. To recognize the presence that you are. And the presence that you are is not contained in a body. It's not contained. It's just pure presence, aware, awake, intelligent presence. Recognize that. As you're recognizing it, the more you recognize it, the more you recognize it. You know what I mean? The more you recognize it, the more you recognize it. It recognizes itself. It recognizes itself.